G'day legends, Blake here with another video, an exciting one today because I've got the first look in a brand new fish store here in Melbourne, Apex Aquarium. A super exciting fish store with heaps of display tanks and even a shark pond. Let's jump straight into the video. So here we are inside the doors of Apex Aquarium. Soft opening, but still open to the public.
Still open to the public, Blake. Yeah, welcome.
Perfect.
Great to have you here.
Thanks for having me, Jack,
anytime.
Opening the doors. First of all, I guess we're in a post-COVID world. Australia's economy is in the toilet. What gave you the idea to open up this stunning
big store.
aquarium?
Yeah, so it's been a few years in the process actually. If you don't know, we had a store previously in South Melbourne, which was Reef Galleria. That was a hobby store. We had a lot of fun. It was obviously, we just loved talking to clients and talking to other hobbyists, right? So that was a lot of fun. Ended up doing all right. And then we saw a bit of a gap in the market to do something of scale, allow us to grow and something to be really proud of.
Yeah.
So we built Apex Aquatic, and the vision, the reason why we're not ground open yet is because we want to just be super professional. We want to make sure that everyone comes in here, has a great experience. Yeah. And we just want to be, I guess, a leading shop in the aquatic world in Australia, essentially.
Beautiful. Yeah. And you've got the prime location just off Alexandra Parade in Collingwood. Really easy to get to. If anybody is daunted about sort of the CBD location, I can attest. I'm a shotgun driver and I made it here
Blake
in one
made
piece.
it, so I'm sure you can too. And we have a car park that we're working on, so there's definitely, we just want to make it accessible for everyone, essentially. Yeah,
and you've got some really cool features here, which we'll dig into shortly. I'm sure heaps of display tanks, a stunning dry goods area. I think really excelled.
Super proud of that.
Back there. But even, should we just start with, I think, the coolest thing, maybe the thumbnail, maybe the title.
There we go. So this is our work in progress, but this is the shark pond. So obviously, as our name suggests, Apex Aquatic, we wanted to do something different. And that's why it was honestly a big DIY project, but we're building this pretty cool pond. So you don't really see saltwater ponds every day. And it's not final, but we're getting there. We've got stingray, triggerfish, and then we've got some cool sharks coming. and we really just wanted to create that like the wow separation feature.
Yeah, it definitely does that. So how many litres is this guy?
So it's about 2,000 litres.
Yeah.
It was actually a pond we bought from Garden World. So it's a prefabricated pond. Once again, nothing fancy about it. And then we did a whole lot of DIY to plumb it to a sump, which is under the deck over there. And yeah, it's overall, nothing's died and everyone's doing pretty well, so can't complain.
Perfect, perfect. And then there's even a little bit of an element of danger. There's a stonefish down there.
So I believe he's very venomous.
Yeah.
He's just a novelty. I kind of regret putting him in here because next time I do an aquascape, we got to be extra careful. But he's in there. We got the epaulet shark. We got our triggerfish, who's a bit shy, but I'm sure you can get some videos later. And yeah, then we're trying to get our sharks, which I'm sure you've heard about.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get a pelagic, captive bred, sharp-nosed shark that only goes to like 50 centimeters.
Awesome.
So yeah, very excited.
Is this something that you've done in your hobby before? Because I think primarily you are a saltwater guy.
Yeah, so definitely saltwater background, but I haven't done a pond. And I've seen lots of photos of it, and to actually have it is super, super exciting.
Okay.
But I think every time you come, it's just going to keep evolving. Obviously, we're going to put a lot of love into it because it is a centerpiece. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it looks in a few months.
Seems like you're sort of having your own hobby playground with the business
Totally.
as well.
Of course. Running an aquarium, you have to, right?
Yeah, and it's fun for me as well, being a hobbyist. You know, I think you can tell the difference when they are hobbyist stores versus kind of business.
Totally. And this whole enterprise, it's built off passion, right? It's something I love, something Ken loves, and something all the staff loves, and that's why we love having you here as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm not necessarily a saltwater guy. I like saltwater aquariums in other people's houses. And there is a really great in-depth tour of this side of stuff with that Sam did from Parker's Reef. I'll link that down below.
Absolutely. That gives you all the intricacies of the whole system and pretty much a bit of everything that we
Yeah,
have.
and it sort of is, I think, going to be better than me bumbling my way through, pretending I know what, rare tangs are or whatever. But is there anything since then that has come in new, or anything that perhaps needed to be highlighted?
Yeah, I'll show you the anemone tank. We haven't got our clownfish in yet, but when Sam was here, there was no anemones in it.
Awesome.
And once again, this hasn't cost us a fortune. It's super cost effective, but it's also visually effective. You can see the clownfish and the anemones. They've all opened up and they're super, super easy to look after.
Yeah.
So I think something like this, if you're wanting to get into the saltwater hobby, very attainable and just an effective way to appreciate it.
Awesome.
So that's definitely a change. And then otherwise, the blue tang display just keeps getting better every day.
Yeah, it's really stunning. Just even I love hammers and soft corals mainly. Like I know that kind of the beginner sort of ones, but I just think the flow, especially you get a few wave makers in there.
Totally.
And where do you see something like this?
Yeah,
nowhere.
Exactly, especially of that size. Yeah.
So this might be me just guessing here, but during COVID, I thought blue tangs were like hen's teeth and really exploded in price and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that
no? They're still expensive. So they're still retailing for about $120 each.
Yeah, wow.
Between $100 and $120. And so it cost us a fortune to put it together, but it's effective.
Well, it looks great. And I guess that's only going to make it more uncommon, right?
Well, exactly.
So you're probably not going to see this anywhere else, so you have to get in here and check it out firsthand.
Totally.
And I guess the thing with marine is the blue lights on camera, it just doesn't really come through as well as you can. I know that you can get like weird lenses and stuff, but obviously I don't have that. So get down here and check it out.
Absolutely. Anyway, and then as you've been through, but this is our freshwater side.
Yeah.
So just a work in progress, but I'm learning that there's so many varieties, as I'm sure you know better than me. But we really can't have enough tanks.
And going through and having a look at what you have brought in, I think there's a really nice range. You've covered a lot of boxes here.
Yeah, thank you.
You got community fish, but even some community fish that are a bit more uncommon, like I'm eyeing off those longfin panda cories over there.
How cool are they?
Stuff like that you don't see everywhere. So
and then thankfully, as we have the whole back of house facility, which means we can bring in and just bring in a bigger range essentially and keep bringing stuff to the front. We'll definitely talk about the quarantine room at the back, I think, because that again sets you apart from the competition. But yeah, so some pretty cool species here. I've got some footage of all of those and I'll put them over the top. Is there anything that kind of, as a saltwater guy, you have we can
had your eye caught?
I'm loving this tank, but we can have a look at the big cube tank because I think that's a store favorite at the moment.
Definitely.
Myself, I've actually grown very passionate of it. a lot of these fish, we've held them at the back for a long time, and we've got a lot of them as babies, like the red devils, the ultims, and it's just turning into a beautiful community tank. And the ultim angels, they're our little baby project at the moment.
Yeah.
We got them when they were probably 10 cents or 20 cents coin, and now they're really starting to sprout up. So it's just, I think obviously seeing your fish grow, interacting with them is always super rewarding. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really well done. You got a good mix of fast schooling fish. You got some more slower moving fish that are going to be more of a centerpiece.
Totally.
Colors, patterning and all that sort of stuff.
But they all sit at the front, the funny buggers, when they have 1.5 meters to play with in the back. They're just waiting to be fed.
So this is one of those, another one of those where you really have to come in and get the scale in person. So this is a 5 foot by 5 foot.
Yeah, so it's the same as the blue tang display. So it's 1.5 meters by 1.5 meters. And then actually, if you look from the top, then you can really get a different perspective.
Very democratic.
I always say when you look from the top, then you realize how big it is.
Yeah.
But I'm sure me, you, and all the staff could go swimming in there if we really wanted to.
Yeah. What depth is that as well?
I think it's 800.
800
millimeters. So 80 centimeters deep. And yeah, it's just a load of water.
Stunning. Set up as kind of an island style. Got a bunch of epiphytes stuck to the wood, bit of needle leaf java fern and stuff like that.
Nothing crazy, but just doing its thing. All the water goes to the sump at the back. We do water changes every week and a half, and everything's growing and very happy.
Great choice with the mascara bulbs as well. I've got those in my 8 foot at home and absolutely love them. They're only going to get so much better with age as well when they get bigger.
Yeah, but they're captive bred, I think, out in Armadale or something. So very exciting.
Fantastic. And I liked as well, I noticed that the fish that are in this big display, they kind of whet the appetite of the customer. You don't have to try and catch them out because you've got them just behind over there as well.
Yeah, I think luckily the vision with the store have a lot of displays because I think we just want to inspire people, and then obviously have that chance, and then obviously have the items for sale. So if you see something, you can try to replicate it with the items in the store.
Yeah. A couple of exotics as well that I noticed that are always interesting for people. Right behind, we've got the hybrid rays and the Saratoga.
Saratoga, yeah.
Awesome.
Which is awesome.
And I'm really excited about that one next door.
Dude, the tiger shovel nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see them every day.
Never, ever, ever.
So one very cool fish. And then, obviously in Asia, they're a couple dollars each, but here they cost a fortune.
And that is going to be an absolute monster eventually.
Yeah. So very excited about that. And then hopefully just as a bit of a novelty, trying to get some black diamond rays and a few different things. Yeah. Because we just want to set ourselves apart, essentially.
Yeah, definitely. I think you're certainly on the right track for that.
Thank you.
Even African cichlids, I noticed you got quite a few Tanganyikans and Malawins.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm learning about them, but absolutely love them. And obviously there's a demand for them. They all breed in captivity. Their colors are fabulous. Yeah. And I think also from a marine background, people always make like comparison that it's like the closest you can get to marine without entering that world.
Yeah. All right, well, they are definitely vibrant, and I think that segues nicely into the quarantine room, if we could potentially go into there.
Absolutely.
So in this store, you're not likely to see any illness in fish out on the floor, which means that you're not going to take any ill fish home, which I think is fantastic. And that's because of all the hard work behind the scenes.
Yeah, thankfully, we've invested a lot, and whilst what you see out the front is awesome, a lot of it comes from the heart, which is at the back here. So this is our fish room / holding room / breeding room, and this is really the heart of the shop. Because our philosophy is if a customer comes, we always want there to be stock. You don't want to travel somewhere and there not be stock. So now we have enough tanks to make sure that the front's always filled and the stock just flows through, essentially. Yeah.
So how long typically are fish coming and staying in quarantine?
Yeah, so luckily we've had the privilege of time, but it's anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks at the moment. Yeah. And then some fish get treated, some don't, depending, because some fish are just super susceptible. And especially like the tetras, sometimes they can come in and then the whole batch faces some issues. So thankfully we can look after them here, fatten them up, make sure they're healthy, and then obviously represented by healthy fish on the display floor.
And I agree with that personally about sort of preventative treatment. I think sometimes it just stresses out the fish more. And if you've got people that actually know what they're looking for, observation, you can often cover off most things.
Absolutely. And I think it's the same with, like a lot of customers buy marine fish, freshwater fish, hold them for 3 to 4 weeks. If they're fine, then they're fine. Yeah. So,
are there any secrets back here? If someone's watching in 2 weeks, is there anything that they should rush in for now?
Rush in for? We actually got a big shipment in the other day, but there's some really cool luminatas, which you don't see every day. If you go to the middle tank, Are they in there? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. The Luminatus blue eyes, which is super cool. There's green rust borers. There's all different types of spotted blue eyes. Oh, these guys are cool. The hatchet fish, you don't see them.
No,
not super expensive, but you don't see them all the time.
Keep a tight lid on with those guys.
Yeah. And then otherwise, it's a bit of a mystery box. Everywhere you look, there's something new. Yeah, which we love. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, commend you for this because it is an area that a lot of places could see as a bit of a sunk cost. It's more water, it's more power that you have to operate.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think it makes a big difference in the end result, which is what the customer
100%.
experiences.
Yeah, and thankfully with this, we can look after the fish, sit on them for a few weeks before they come to you, which I think actually makes a world of difference.
All right.
A world of difference.
Well, let's head back out the front and see what else is going on. So here we are. This is this dry goods area, and if there was a bed in here, I'd probably try and move in. It is beautiful, and there's some pretty cool stories to tell. So first of all, I did notice you got those extra discus in here.
Absolutely, from the last video.
And they're still happy. There's some eggs over there on that log.
So we actually added in 12 yesterday, and it was the same when we added the first batch in. The next day they were all laying eggs. So I think we're hopefully the fries are going to hatch if they're good parents, and then hopefully for the grand opening there'll be some fries swimming around, which will be pretty neat.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
absolutely stunning specimens. And I love the aquascaping, how the aquascape forms all the way up to the roof and draws your eye up.
Yeah, it was always like a discussion how we're going to connect it, and it was always like very visionary. But now to actually see it take shape, super happy with how it's turned out.
Yeah. You've got the world's supply of devil's ivy.
Totally. I think we're going to be cutting it left, right, and center. But I'm super happy with this. Is probably my favorite room in the shop. I just think it has a great feel. And the idea is we just want to, as I was saying outside, we just want to inspire people, right? And just get people into it. And then once people are into it, then the world's their oyster.
Yeah, it's beautiful, light, airy. Tell me the story about the tree.
The tree. So that's a big ficus tree.
Yeah.
That was a semi-spontaneous purchase. And it was a nightmare to get in, as you can imagine. With the soil, it came with a huge sack of soil. So I think it must have weighed, 500 kilos?
Wow.
Maybe, if not more. And we had it on the back of our shop ute, and I think me and all my friends were trying to carry this thing in, and it just wasn't a pretty sight. But it's finally taken shape. We gave it a good trim the other day, and all the new growth is coming out. And then we have, I think there's 4 metal, you don't want to look up there, but there's 4 metal halides lighting it.
Yeah, wow.
So not the most power efficient, but the tree's happy, which is what matters.
And who has a tree in a shop?
True, especially a big one like that.
That looks cool.
We absolutely love it. And that was kind of taken off the Apple Store concept. You know how you walk in the Apple Store, there's trees. So we just really want to bring a lot of life to this room, and we're still adding to that. But very, very excited.
Another really cool option for people, they sort of get inspired by the aquascapes and stuff, which we'll talk about in a second. But you got a scaping pit here, which I think is awesome. It's tactile, you can play around with it.
Absolutely. The kids come in and mix it all up, but that's all part of the fun.
Oh yeah, I wonder.
you can see it's already happening here. But we just want to showcase a whole lot of natural products. And the best part is you can come, you can play around, you can see what you can build before you actually put in your tank. And we've already had so many people just come in and just kind of envision what they can create.
See how all the colors kind of match together, because sometimes it's hard to do that through a bag.
Right? And just being able to see the fineness of the gravel, the weight in the rocks, and all the different factors that go into it. I think once again it's just about inspiring creation, because ultimately we can create so much, but you guys can create a lot too. So
definitely.
It's just seeing where the hobby can take us.
Now it's another level of attention to detail, I think, that the customer is really going to be thankful for.
Totally. And then this tank here, so we just took out a piece of wood because we decided today that we're going to put the stingrays in it.
Oh, awesome.
So while they're young, we're going to put a couple of stingrays in there and just create, just a different sort of display, and just a way to display another avenue of the hobby.
That'd be great. They'll love that open space. And
totally.
I like the 2 peninsula styles. It's really nice.
It kind of just opens up into this room essentially.
Well done. I can't wait to see them shuffling around in the sand, burying themselves in there.
There's a few rare ones as well. We'll see. We will see.
And all of these display tanks here have been aquascaped in-house as well.
In-house,
which is really
so there's
awesome.
some simple ones, there are some more complicated ones, But yeah, they're all aquascaped in-house, and the idea is they'll all have prices. So you can take them home and you're already one step ahead, essentially, if there's something you like.
Yeah, I think that's so cool as well. You know, just because often you see something like this and you're like, yeah, that's cool. I'll invest all the money in it. And, you know, it does take a skill to get it like this, get through all of those kind of startup phases, get everything balanced out.
Yeah.
And if you already have the plant growth there, then
it makes it a lot easier. And that's the same, like with the marine tanks, people already snatch those up, which is great because people just see it, they want it, and they can get it, which I think is fabulous.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I've been through my fair share of ugly bubble algae phases and red slime and all that sort of fun stuff. So that definitely appeals to me as well.
Anyway, so this room's it's transitioning, and I think for our grand opening, it's going to be, we just want to show a lot of like maybe some of the rarer microfish out here and show some shrimps and all that, and then we're just working on our aquascapes to just really showcase what you can do with the hobby, essentially.
Yeah. And hopefully a few less better tanks with rainbow gravel in them. I think that's a great thing for the hobby.
I totally agree. Ornaments and rainbow gravel, but people buy them. That's the thing. But yeah, I'm with you with that.
And dry goods wise, it looks like you got everything, including the kitchen sink, tanks, varieties of fish food, filters.
Yeah, so we've stocked quite the range, and there's still a few more products coming. But the idea is that you may see one tank here, but we have a whole lot at the back.
Yeah.
So obviously we can't put everything in here because we want to keep it quite minimalistic. But whatever you see here, we have stock at the back, so you can come in, discuss. We'll get you a brand new one, and then you're ready to rock.
Awesome. Awesome.
But no, it's fabulous. And then I'm sure, as touched on Sam's videos, we've built this big shelf at the back, which is where some of the higher end products are showcased. And I think it's turned out really well. That was just an IKEA project. There's nothing too fancy about that, but it's turned out really well. And then this bench here is going to have all display units, which will be happening over the next few weeks.
Overall, I just think it's just stunning and showcasing all the different options: paludariums, waterfalls, misting, fogging.
And then this is a cool new product that we're looking at, which is like the UNS paludarium. So it comes, we're about to set this up. There's one on the front counter, which I'm sure you took some videos of. But yeah, super cool. And just like, I guess just a different avenue to the hobby as well.
And I'm always getting questioned, and people are always interested in moss walls and that sort of vivarium look and all that sort of stuff. So
something like this is perfect.
If it can be made easier, I'm sure people 100%. Will be thankful for that. I don't know how many times to say it, but really stunning what you've put together here. Definitely, if I worked around the corner, you'd have to fight me out of here. Every lunchtime I'd be coming in.
You'd be coming in to see the new stock.
Just because it's pleasant to be here. It's enjoyable, and yeah, you can sort of feel that, I think. So
I appreciate it.
I'll be definitely segueing my way in here anytime I'm coming through Melbourne for sure.
Welcome, absolutely, anytime.
Really appreciate you showing me through the store. Certainly recommend anybody else come in here, and wish you all the best. I'm excited to come back.
There we go, for the big grand opening. So we'll be doing our big marketing campaign soon. And then, we've decided we're giving away $10,000 worth of products.
Oh,
wow. It's going to be pretty exciting. So the date will be a launch soon. And we look forward to having everyone here for our big opening. But in the meantime, the doors are open, so feel free to come by and have a chat. So the best place to follow along for that, is that on Facebook? Or? That'll be on Facebook and Instagram. It still says we're closed online because we're not officially open. But if you come by, there's people here 11 to 6 every day. Perfect. So, I'll link all that stuff down below as well for people to check out. Totally. I'll be here. Thank you, Blake. Thank you. Enjoy, and all the best. Thank you. So there you go, guys. That was Apex Aquarium. Thanks again to Jack for running us through there. Hope you enjoyed. Get down in here. If you liked the video, it always helps me out to smash like, hit subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Other than that, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.